The existence of the pedestal is just a way that imposter syndrome wants to get your attention. It's just another flavor of I'm not good enough. Like, I'm not good enough to coach that person. I'm not good enough to help that person. And it's all bullshit. You're listening to the From Imposter to Empowered podcast. I'm your host, Jill Perrick, a business and mindset coach who specializes in imposter syndrome. If you feel like you're not as smart, capable, or worthy as you actually are, and that someone is going to find you out, then you've come to the right place. I went from being a struggling government worker, working my coaching business on the side, but feeling unworthy and burnt out, to making multiple six figures helping women overcome imposter syndrome so they too can sign clients, make bank, and have the business or career of their dreams. I am nothing special. I have a stuttering disability, ADHD, and I struggle with anxiety and depression. So if I can learn how to feel good enough and overcome my inner imposter, then so can you. Let's dig in. Hello, my loves. How are we? We are back with another May 2023 episode of the From Imposter to Empowered podcast. Last week, my parents were off on their big-ass Europe cruise. They're going to Italy, Spain, Greece, and I think one more place. They are huge Formula One fans, so they're going to a couple races. And then in December, we're all going to go on a big family cruise with my paternal grandparents. So that will be super fun. And I haven't been on a cruise in years and years. I think I was like 11 or 12 the last time I was on a cruise. So I'm really excited for that. And not much is happening over here at JP Coaching. We're coaching, we're changing lives, we're going after the things we want, we're making shit happen here in Worthy and Wealthy, my one-to-one coaching program and mentorship. This is the place for coaches to stop feeling like a fraud when they show up online, to market and sell their services with confidence, and to sign four-figure coaching clients. This program is 6 months in length with 3 one-to-one coaching calls a month, a monthly workshop and office hours during the last week of the month with my other one-to-one clients, and one-to-one access to me in Voxer. There's also an entire curriculum to help you market and sell your coaching services and to improve on your abilities as a coach. So you can go to the link in my show notes and book a sales call with me and become your most worthy and wealthy self in 2023. So I had a pretty great coaching call with a one-to-one client that spurred the decision to write this episode. This client has been a client of mine for a very long time, but only in group containers. And it is just amazing being able to coach her one-to-one. Like, I am so obsessed with one-to-one coaching, guys. And I know I talked about it in a whole last episode last month, but it is just so special to be able to have an entire hour dedicated to yourself and to be able to say whatever you need and want to say. I actually noticed how much this client opened up when it was just me and her. And while I know that groups and masterminds are amazing and so transformative, one-to-one is oftentimes exactly what you need if you really struggle with imposter syndrome and you have a lot of thoughts about yourself that you don't necessarily want people to know. All of my clients thrive in one-to-one coaching because of this, and this client is no exception. So during one of our first calls, we talked about how she had thoughts about what her ideal client could afford, because in her mind, people with more money or who were seemingly better off than her didn't have as many problems as people who had issues or didn't have as much money. Even though she logically knew it was ridiculous, her imposter syndrome was causing her to put other people on a pedestal, and therefore she saw herself as not as worthy or good enough to coach them. And this is something that you may be subconsciously doing too, telling yourself that you would only be able to coach a certain kind of person and canceling out anyone that might seemingly make more money than you or seemingly have their shit together more than you. But let me just tell you, if you are basing this off of social media, stop that right now. There have been so many times that people have reached out to me with high follower counts, or they seem like they're living their best life ever, or I just would have never guessed that they would want to be coached by me. But this has happened to me enough that I truly believe that there shouldn't be any type of fucking pedestal in the coaching industry, and you shouldn't even subscribe to that kind of system existing, because it truly only exists in your mind. It is almost always imposter syndrome trying to knock you down a peg. Because let's take the example of someone seeming like they have more money. Money does not eliminate your problems. Money doesn't make you more emotionally intelligent. Money doesn't make you any more confident. Money is just a number in a person's bank account. And it makes sense, actually, why you would think like this, because of the class system that society has put on us for years and years. But truly, more money does not mean shit when it comes to your ability to help somebody. Because coaching is a skill that is used to improve someone's brain and help them make moves to acquire a result. Whatever that result is defined and communicated to your audience by you. So for example, one of my clients is a relationship coach, and she helps you get over your breakup and attract a healthy, loving relationship, which is amazing, right? And I actually have no idea if she has these thoughts, but I mean, let's be real. She doesn't, because she works with me, duh. However, she could have had thoughts about, this person seems to be confident and seems to have their shit together, or maybe even has more money than me. Why would they want to be coached by me? So logically, this doesn't make sense, right? Like, why would their life seeming to be together, or why would them having more money stop them from being coached on their relationship, right? But sometimes we feel things and subconsciously believe things that make no logical sense. Like, we may feel unworthy, but a lot of the time it makes no sense why we would feel unworthy. We just know that we feel it. So if my relationship coach client has this very specific result and she's communicating that she can help you get that result and coach you based on her expertise. And you are allowed to decide what your result is that you can help someone achieve. And once you decide that, you can help anybody achieve that, even if their circumstances look perfect. Because again, they may look perfect, but that doesn't mean that they are perfect, okay? Everybody's got problems. Hey guys, I hope you're loving today's episode. I am just taking a brief pause in today's episode to share with you a client testimonial. These testimonials are either from group coaching clients or clients who are in my one-to-one coaching program. And I can't wait for you to hear how I have changed their lives and their businesses for the better.
I started working with Jill and I went from 0 clients to 11 clients. I showed up to launches. I was finally able to regulate myself and show up consistently. I show up so consistently. I have people compliment me on my ability to be consistent, which was mind-blowing before. And I'm making more money than I ever have in my entire business. Jill is one of the best possible investments you can make into your business, and I highly recommend. Highly recommend.
Thank you guys so much for listening. Now let's get back to the episode. And it really comes down to your belief in your own skills, your belief about if you can help someone get the result you're promising, and your thoughts about yourself and your situation, if applicable. For example, way back in the day, I coached someone who was a money coach, but had so many thoughts about her own money situation. And this obviously prevented her from getting clients. She had a lot of skills, but the shame and guilt that she felt about her situation with money really stopped her from showing up how she could have been showing up to help somebody. And this is why I believe self-worth is a sales skill, because when you have belief in yourself and your skills as a coach and how you can help people, you can literally sell anything you want to sell. It was never about the pedestal at all. It is always about how you see yourself and your capabilities. You just use the pedestal as a scapegoat for the way you feel and think about yourself. Like I said, I've worked with people who I convinced myself were doing better than me, and that meant that they didn't need help with anything at all, when really this was just a projection of my own thoughts about myself, that I wouldn't be able to help someone who didn't have a ton of problems, or coaches with a lot of money don't have imposter syndrome or confidence issues. Again, a projection of my own lack of belief in myself. And like I said, the pedestal doesn't and shouldn't exist in the coaching space, because anyone could benefit from anyone. When it comes down to it, someone could have a lot of money, but could be a shit coach. Or someone can just be starting out, or they need help with their marketing, but their coaching skills are off the charts. But none of it will matter at all when you have belief in yourself and in your skills and how you can help people. The existence of the pedestal is just a way that imposter syndrome wants to get your attention. It's just another flavor of I'm not good enough. Like, I'm not good enough to coach that person. I'm not good enough to help that person. And it's all bullshit. You became a coach for a reason. You have a deep sense of intuition, you can read people well, you're empathetic, and you have whatever other credentials you have, or education or certifications or skill set or tools you've acquired. Someone's life circumstance is just that, a circumstance. And it's a complete thought error that you're having, that because of someone's circumstance of potentially having more money or being more educated or whatever other story you're telling yourself, that you can't help them. It is a thought error in response to a story that you created about someone's situation. Because again, you don't know what somebody is going through just by their social media or just by even the things that they say. And this is why you need to market as honestly and as confidently as possible, because you have no idea who is watching. You have no idea who is listening. You have no idea who is resonating with the words you're saying and needs the work that you do. If you tell yourself no one needs your services, you'll be right, because it'll be a self-fulfilling prophecy. You won't market like someone needs what you're selling because you don't believe that they want it, and then you'll believe they don't want it because they're not buying it. But despite what you think you know about someone's life, about their relationships, about their money, about their goals, you don't know shit. You don't know shit about what's happening behind the screen. So show up authentically and confidently. Sell your services from a place of, I can be the coach for anyone who wants this result. Get your assumptions out of everybody's lives and stay out of everybody's wallets. And instead of believing that there's a pedestal that you haven't reached, spend some time working on believing in yourself and the skills you have as a coach. I have an affirmation in my daily affirmations that is, I can help anyone. It's simple, but so goddamn effective. When I believe this, I show up more powerfully for my peers or any room I'm in. When I believe this, I am more headstrong in my beliefs and I say more of what I want to say in my Instagram posts. When I believe this, I am a better coach, regardless of if it's true or not. Like, I'm not out here saying I should help anyone, right? But the thought of I can help anyone only empowers me to see myself as I should see myself. And you should see yourself this way too. It is what will attract your soulmate clients to you, and it's more focused on you and your skills as a coach rather than the life or the monetary circumstances that surround you and surround others being the measurement for who is better than the other. So the pedestal doesn't exist. Instead, it is just a projection of how you perceive yourself and your skills as a coach. Surprise, surprise, it comes back to you and your thoughts about yourself. Who would have thunk it? And I would be honored to coach you and mentor you so you can feel like the best version of yourself, so you can expand your skills as a coach and feel qualified and capable to help anyone. My one-to-one coaching program, Worthy and Wealthy, will help you stop feeling like a fraud, improve your marketing, and help you sell your services with confidence, and will help you sign 4-figure coaching clients on repeat. I would love for you to book a sales call at the link in my show notes, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye. Thanks so much for listening to the From Imposter to Empowered podcast. Head to the show notes to learn how you can work with me, where you can buy my best-selling book, You're Not Special, and how to get on my email list for free. Screenshot this episode and add it to your Instagram stories, tagging me at YourCoachJill. See you next time.